Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have all you focused learners here today because we're tackling something that is literally a game changer for personal growth. Today, we're breaking down exactly why consistency entirely beats temporary motivation. I mean, if you've ever felt that awful frustration of starting a project with like a million miles an hour of energy only to watch it just kind of fizzle out a few weeks later, yeah, you're in the right place. We are going to completely smash the myth that you need to feel inspired to actually get things done. Instead, we're going to look at the real, proven blueprint for mastering your goals without relying on that totally fleeting feeling of motivation. So, I want to start by asking you a really direct question. Why do so many people start out incredibly strong, but just never finish? Seriously, think about your own life for a second. We've all been there. You get this massive, sudden burst of energy, you feel totally invincible, you draw up this grand master plan, and boom, you dive in headfirst. But fast forward, maybe a month, and that initial fire is just gone. It's such a universal pain point, right? Why is the starting line always absolutely packed, but the finish line is basically a ghost town? You know exactly what this looks like out in the real world. We buy the books we swear we're going to read. We join the gym on January 1st. We file the paperwork to start the business. We buy the ridiculously expensive camera to launch the YouTube channel. And for a few days, man, we are riding high, full of motivation. But then reality hits. Life gets messy. The kids catch a cold. Work demands way too much overtime. That intense motivation just evaporates. And suddenly, we quit. Those abandoned goals just pile up in the corner, gathering dust. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the trap of motivation. See, we're all sort of culturally conditioned to believe that highly successful people are just constantly, perpetually motivated. We think they wake up every single morning roaring and ready to take over the world. But treating motivation like it's some permanent fuel source, that is a massive trap. It sets you up for guaranteed failure. Why? Because motivation is literally just an emotion. And emotions change. Honestly, motivation is exactly like the weather. Some days it's bright and sunny and totally pushing you forward, but other days, it's completely gone, leaving you out in the cold. It's completely unpredictable and temporary. If you only put in the work when you feel motivated, you're basically leaving your success up to the daily emotional forecast. No way you reach your potential like that. Consistency, though, that just means showing up. It's permanent. It's reliable. The consistent person doesn't bother checking their internal weather report before getting to work. They just execute the plan, period. Moving right along to Section 2, systems over big goals. And this brilliantly illustrates the huge paradigm shift we need to make here. Look, everyone loves huge, flashy goals. They look amazing on a vision board, right? But if you want to become that highly consistent person we just talked about, you've got to take the spotlight off those massive, intimidating goals and shine it directly onto really simple daily systems. The goal mindset says, I want to lose 20 kilos, or I need 1 million subscribers. Those are enormous numbers. In fact, they're so big they can literally paralyze you because the gap between where you are and where you want to be is just too wide. But the system mindset, it completely removes all that friction. Instead of obsessing over losing 20 kilos, the system is simply, I'll exercise 30 minutes every day. Instead of pulling your hair out over 1 million subscribers, the system is, I'll upload one quality video every week. It takes this giant, terrifying mountain and breaks it down into a nice, easy daily walk. Which brings us to this absolutely crucial point. Goals give direction. Systems create results. I really love this quote. Yes, you need goals to know which way to point your compass, for sure. Having direction is great. But once you have your heading, you need to put that compass in your pocket and just start walking. That daily walk, the actual boots-on-the-ground execution, that is your system. Without a daily system, a goal is honestly just a wish. All right, Section 3, rules for staying consistent. Think of this as the daily playbook from your new mentor. So the first rule of this playbook is represented by this simple little number, 2. This stands for the absolute golden rule of consistency, never miss twice. Look, let's be real. Everyone has bad days. Everyone loses their motivation sometimes. We all mess up and let our daily system slide. That is completely normal. But the secret to long-term success, it's making sure that one single missed day doesn't spiral into a missed week, or a missed month, or a totally abandoned dream. If you skip your workout today, or if you don't manage to write your pages, just start again tomorrow. Like we see here, one mistake doesn't define you. Giving up does. Honestly, perfection is this horrible illusion that just destroys consistency. When you demand utter perfection from yourself, the very first time you stumble, you feel like a complete failure and you just throw in the towel. But when your only rule is never miss twice, a single stumble is no big deal. It's just a tiny bump in the road. You brush yourself off and you get right back on the horse the very next day. Now, our next rule is all about environmental design. Make progress easy. Stop making success harder than it has to be. You want to completely eliminate the friction between you and your good habits. Just look at these tactics. Lay your workout clothes out the night before so you literally have to trip over them when you get out of bed. Keep that book sitting right on your desk where you can't miss it. Plan out tomorrow's tasks before your head hits the pillow so you wake up with total clarity. Hide the distractions. When you set up your environment to make good habits the path of least resistance, consistency feels completely natural. You don't even need willpower if your environment is doing all the heavy lifting. And hey, as you're knocking out those easy habits, you absolutely must remember to celebrate the small wins. Do not wait until you cross some massive final finish line to actually feel proud of yourself. Celebrate every single step forward, every single workout you finish, every single chapter you manage to read, every single video you hit publish on. Why? Because psychologically, those tiny victories build up your confidence. And confidence, that builds momentum. And momentum is the magic, invisible force that actually carries you to massive success. Section 4. Remembering your deeper why. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is eventually, you're going to face a day where all these clever mechanics just aren't enough, and you are just dead on your feet, exhausted. That is the exact moment you have to lean on a much deeper purpose. I want you to really ask yourself, why did I even start this? Who were you doing this for? Are you trying to provide a better life for your family? Are you trying to finally achieve that lifelong dream? Is it about securing your future freedom? When your temporary motivation completely vanishes, and trust me, it absolutely will, your purpose is the only thing left standing. A rock-solid, unbreakable why is the anchor that pulls you through those incredibly tough, uninspired days. Which brings us to Section 5, the tale of two builders. To powerfully visualize this whole compounding effect, let's imagine two builders working on a house. Builder 1, they decide they're only going to work when they feel super inspired. If the weather's gorgeous and they had a perfect cup of coffee, sure, they'll lay some bricks. But Builder 2 takes a totally different approach. Builder 2 commits to a system. They are going to lay just one single brick every single day, no matter what happens. Now, for the first few weeks, their progress actually looks pretty much the same. But jump forward a few months. Builder 1, who relies on that fleeting motivation, is standing in front of a totally unfinished foundation covered in weeds. But Builder 2, who simply laid one single brick every day, they've built an entire house. And listen, the greatest successes in your life are built the exact same way. One brick, one habit, one day at a time. Let's just slow down for a second and let the sheer weight of this quote truly sink in. Your future is built by what you repeat, not by what you occasionally do. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you have one incredible, superhuman day of hard work if you do literally nothing for the next 3 weeks. Your life is just a mirror reflecting your daily habits. Those boring, mundane, repeated actions, that's what actually sculpts your future reality. And that brings us to this incredibly empowering verdict. Success doesn't belong to the fastest. It doesn't belong to the smartest or even the most naturally gifted. It belongs to the most consistent. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be flawless. You just have to be willing to lay that one brick every single day and just keep going. Because every tiny step you take today is compounding, pulling you closer and closer to the life you've always wanted. So, here is your final takeaway, the ultimate summary of our explainer today. On the days you feel strong, get to work. But on the days you feel weak, work anyway. Show up, lean heavy on your why, and never, ever miss twice. Which leaves me with one final question for you. What is the one single brick you are going to lay today? Think about it. Drop a comment below saying, I stay consistent if you're with me, and get ready for our upcoming blueprint in Day 30, the ultimate success mindset. Stay consistent, and I will see you in the next one.